It's day 3, our final day inside of the Leading Lady Level Up, and to say I've had the time of my life would be an understatement. And I've loved spending the last 3 days with, some of you live. I know some people have been watching on the replay, and so I want to know what has been a highlight for you so far? What has been a highlight for you so far, or what has been the biggest breakthrough? Discovery, self-discovery for you? Put it in the chat. What has been either a self-discovery, a realization since yesterday, or something so far that you're like, it's this is the thing that I am going to take away from these 3 days. This has been the biggest thing for me in the last couple of days. Amazing. I've loved making my own identity and putting it on paper. Yes, literally, you have written out the lead role in your story, you, and centered everything around you. You are the center of the spider diagram. You are the main character in the story. You are the leading lady. You are the leading man in your life. Everything else that happens around you is happening for you. You get to decide where your outer limits are. And I want to set the tone for today straight away, whilst you're putting, while you're having a think, while you're, writing down your realizations, your self-discoveries, your highlights from the last 3 days. I want to set the vibe for today. I want to set the tone for today. And it is, you will only go as high as the limits you set for yourself. I'm going to say that one more time. You will only go as high as the limits you've set for yourself. Whatever you decide is your limit is the highest, the furthest you can go. It's up to you. It's not up to anyone else. So I want you to take that as empowering, you taking back your power, but also you get to decide what your own limits are. You get to decide the rules for yourself. You do. I'm going to tell you right now, what I used to believe 3-5 years ago was impossible is now possible every single day for me. The things I used to believe were impossible became possible. If you'd have told 7-year-old, 8-year-old Gemma that was completely obsessed with Cinderella, the Disney film Cinderella, absolutely loved Cinderella, and you told the 13-year-old Gemma that was fully obsessed with Johnny Depp and Pirates of the Caribbean and decided to go to acting class because of that film, because of that actor, because of Jack Sparrow as a character, that in her 20s, she would also work for Disney. She would be a Disney princess. She would be on a Disney stage singing, being paid by Disney to sing and be a princess. She would not have believed that. She would have said, no, that's impossible. That there is no way that could happen. What was once possible is now easy. What was once impossible is now easy. Is now like, yeah, we can do that. So I'm going to say it one more time because I know, Holly, Elise, you've just come on. The tone for today is you will only go as high as the limits you set for yourself. I'm so excited you're here. Even if you are just listening, I'm so glad that you're here. If you can turn your camera on, turn it on, have it on. Let me see your gorgeous face. But if you can't, and right now you're like, oof, I am just listening, I can't, I'm like on the go, you're in my ear, that's fine. Because you're here. You are here. You showed up. When other people make excuses, when other people don't show up for themselves, when other people don't commit to themselves, you are here. And your time is the most valuable thing you have. Which is why it's meant so much to me that you are here with me the last 3 days, the last 2 days, 2 out of 3 days, 1 out of 3 days. Because you are giving me the most valuable resource you have. You are trusting in me to bring you the value, to bring you the level ups. So today we are going to be looking at the brand new recreated Leading Lady formula, and we've got our bonus Q&A hot seat coaching as well to finish us off. So it will be a slightly longer session. I estimate it being around 75 to 90 minutes today. The Leading Lady formula is something that you can do every single day and has 4 steps that I want you to note down, that I want you to follow every single day, and you will notice that incredible things start happening for you. I'm going to come into the chat because I was massively in the zone there. I want to check in with you guys. Amazing. So, from the last 3 days, how are we feeling? Let's go in. Feeling more confident and that I am worthy and that there is no reason my dreams can't be my reality. Yes, 100%. This makes me so excited. I love this work more than anything else in my life. Finding the leading lady energy and retraining the neural pathways, being more positive. Yes. Oof, this is going to change everything for you. I'm really, really excited. Amazing. Perfect. Working, listening, just listening. Great. Okay. So, before we dive into the Leading Lady formula, before I announce our final giveaway, I want to tell you a story. So yesterday, after our call in the evening over here in the UK time, I went to a resistance band workout class. It's an outside class. It was in a field. We were like in the sun. The sun's like starting to come down. I've got my mat out. I think there was about 8 or 9 people, and then the instructor who I know, who is a friend of mine, was in the centre. Now, everyone had 2 resistance bands, one that goes around your legs, one that is used for your arms. I can feel that. Literally me, but I can already feel that. Now, when we were in this class, I don't know anyone else. The only person that I know is the instructor. I decided to go to this class because I was like, Gemma, we are stepping up health. I talk about everything stems from your health and looking after yourself. You have to be, you have to love yourself. You have to work on yourself. It starts with you. You cannot serve or help anyone else or look after anyone else unless you look after you first. So I said, we're taking this up a step. My vibe, and I said this in the Leading Lady Collective, for the month of July is turning up the dial. So we're doing that with everything. In every single area of my life, we're turning up the dial. So at this class, we're doing some like crazy repeats and squats and so many different numbers of like work, arm exercises, working out. Like, it was hard, it was burning. But as a person, and I'm sure you can imagine this if you know me, I am very much like blinkers on, like focus on the goal, like shut everything out, and I'm like laser beam focused to what I want to achieve. And I always get what I want because of that intention, because of that focus, because of that commitment to myself. And so there was one point where we'd just done something like 3 reps of 30 crazy squats or pulses or some sort of like squat combinations. And then the instructor was like, now hold it. We're going to hold it for a final 10 seconds. And she's counting down the 10 seconds. She wasn't counting down 10 seconds. She was counting down 10 lots of 8. So you can imagine, if you're a dancer, she was going 10, 9. It wasn't like 10, 9, 8, 7, nice like pace. She's literally counting in 8s, which I thought, you know, as a dancer, ex-dancer, I clocked that. Other people probably didn't. When she got to around the 4, the 3 mark, people started coming up. They couldn't take it. Their thighs were burning, their glutes were burning, their butt was on fire, and mine was too. Like, I was literally like holding this squat at this point. 3, 2, people were literally coming up. People were coming up, they were shaking it out. Some people were going back down, some people were not. I was the only one there that did not come up. And then she was like, 2, 2, and I laughed. She was like, 2. She was like, 1, up you come. It takes a specific person to make it to the end, to get to their goals, to commit to themselves. I am not the fittest person in the room. I am not the strongest person in the room. But my mind and my mindset and my commitment to myself is superior to anything and anyone else's in that circle. And it reminded me, because I'll be honest, the way I've set my life up, I am not very often around what I call muggles, normal folk. I surround myself with you. My programs are filtered, so not just anybody can come into one of my programs. You have to be a specific type of person. You have to have specific characteristics. You have to be at a certain point in your life. Everything I do, my friends, my family, everything is the bar is very high. So when I stepped into this resistance bands class, I forgot what muggles do and how they are. And I want you, when you're walking down the street, when you're in the supermarket, when you're in an exercise class, when you're at the gym, just take note of how normal people live their life. How normal people play by the rules and stay inside of the limits that society put in place for them. Like I said, you will only go as high as the limits you've set for yourself. Most people in that exercise class saw that one person stand up and that gave them permission to give up. Oh, okay, well, if they've given up, I'm not the first, that's fine. If you are not here to win, what are you doing? If you are not here to be the best you can be, the best in your industry, what are you doing? You did not come to the last 3 calls. You did not come to this call. You are not here on this earth to just be a muggle, to just be average, to just get by. To stay within the compounds, the limits that society, that your industry, that your family, that your friends have put you in. You decide your own limits. And you can defy your own limits daily. Did I walk away from that class literally like this with my legs wobbling? Yes, I did. Did I voice note my brother, who is a personal trainer, and say, holy moly, I can't even walk right now? Yes, I did. He was like, well done, Jem. He was like, exercise is life. I was like, yes, okay, great. Let's keep going. It matters who you surround yourself with, yes. But in the moments when you can't fully, or you choose not to fully surround yourself with high level people, you're in a situation like I was yesterday, where I was surrounded by people that are quite happy being average. Notice that. Don't get drawn into it. Have the mindset of a winner. Have the mindset of a leading lady. Your goals, your dreams are always going to be bigger than the average person. Your vision is always going to be intimidating, triggering for muggles. And you have two options. You can share it with them and you can feel that resistance and get used to that resistance and fight against that resistance. Or you can put your blinkers up and you can go, I am surrounding myself and sharing my vision with people that are going where I'm going, with people that are going to help me make it happen, with people that are going to support me, that are going to hold me accountable. The program I shared with you yesterday, Becoming, I had told one person about that. One human being. Dan didn't even know about it. My mum didn't know about it. My mum messaged me and was like, what's this new thing you're doing? That looks really great. I was like, it is. Be selective with who you share your power with. Because it's precious. I think of it like a fire. It's the fire inside of you. If you keep giving away fire, sparking up other people's fires, you give away from your own, you end up with a rather diminished fire. There are two types of people, generally speaking. There are those, and there will be days when you find that maybe you fluctuate between these two. Or maybe you have people that you know that fluctuate between these two. And that's completely normal. It's rare to be fully in one 100% of the time. Excuse me. And these two types are the vacuums and the chargers. So there are people that whenever you're around them, they drain your energy. As soon as you leave them, you're like, oh, I need to work to build like my energy, my fire, my everything and get it back up again. And then there's other people that as soon as you're around them, whenever you're in their energy, it's like you have plugged your charger in and you are going, like you are like maxing out your battery. You are fully charged when you leave them. This is why I use the term plug in all the time, because that's what you're doing. I say this all the time in the Leading Lady Collective. Plug in, plug in, plug in. When things get hard, plug in more. Nothing's going on, plug in more. Because it's a lot to hold on your own. It's a lot to hold on your own. The rejection, the resistance, the challenges. Because these things come up. And it's a lot to handle, just you. Coming into the chat. Yeah, 100%. I'm not telling many people about my plans because I don't want others to take advantage. Yep. Yes, these people can't move past the construct they set for themselves. Some people are radiators, yes, and some drains. I love that. Yes, always say this. Yeah, absolutely. Some people will suck the energy from you. They're in a victim mindset. Woe is me. I'm not good enough. Everything's hard, nothing's happening to me, nothing's happening for me, everything's bad, everything's wrong. And then others will fuel your fire, that you can't help but feel great or feel empowered or feel like you're on another level or in a completely different, on a different planet when you're around them, because you feel so like, let's freaking go. So let's go into the leading lady formula. Obviously on day 2 yesterday, that was literally one of my favourite calls I've ever done, and I'm already in love with this call. Obsessed with this call. Yesterday was all about celebrity status and mindset, and I adored exploring that with you. Day 1 was a deep start to the 3-day level up. We dived into mindset, beliefs, limiting beliefs, negative beliefs, and reframing those beliefs to be more positive, to be helpful, to be constructive, for you to continue moving forward in times of resistance, hardship, challenges. So today, with the leading lady formula, the whole point of this is I want you to be able to have a framework, a formula that you can follow every single day. So I have this in the notes on my phone. And if you want this, if you want my setup of this, I will put it into the Telegram group. So if you're not inside the Telegram group, make sure you join. I'm going to be sharing why at the end as well. But if you're not inside the Telegram group, join it. Yes, I will do that, Lizzie. I will drop it in. This is a 5-step formula where basically every day you can tick off the things that you've done once you've done them, or you get to the end of the day and you look at your list and you go, yep, I did all of those today. So you can write this down, you can work through this with me, but there are 4 parts to the leading lady formula: embodiment, mindset, performance, and community. So step 1 is the embodiment part, which we will go into in a moment. Step 2 is the mindset. Step 3 is the performance. And step 4 is community. So step 1, the embodiment. This is the first thing I do every single day when I open my eyes from sleeping. I wake up, I'm back in this world for another day. I get into my leading lady state. Get into your leading lady energy, your leading lady state. That is step number 1. So what is this for you? Let's workshop this. Let's make sure you feel like, okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm solid in what I'm going to be doing every single morning. This practice can be 2 minutes, it can be 5 minutes, it could be 30 minutes, or what you could choose to do, which is what I do, is I have a menu of things that I can choose from depending how I'm feeling. So it might be that I listen to a meditation track. It might be that I listen to my playlist, my motivation, inspiration playlist, and I dance and sing around and get like pumped for the day. It might be that I listen to a specific podcast, excuse me, or it might be that I, for you, this could look like having a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. Another thing that I do is have like a cold shower. That fires me right up for the day. That gets me into leading lady energy state. Another thing that I have been doing as well, since the 1st of July actually, is a plank challenge. So the first thing I do every morning is I plank. Not like randomly lay across things, but like actually physically the exercise plank. And I hold it for longer than I held it yesterday. So whatever day one was, 1 minute, I then hold it for 1 minute 5, a minimum of 1 minute 5 the next day. The next day, a minimum of 1 minute 10. And I literally grow that every single day because you're growing your capacity. You're pushing your limits, you're expanding, you're raising your limits so that you can go higher. Every single day you raise the limit for yourself, you are raising the roof for yourself. So what's something that you can do, and this could be one thing, and you're like, this would take me 5 minutes, done every morning, or you can give yourself a selection, a menu, like I do, of things, depending on what you want to do, and to change it up, that will get you into your leading lady energy, your leading lady state. For me, this used to be something that I did over a 30-minute period of time. So I would take 30 minutes out from the moment I woke up to do these things. But now it's literally like 1 or 2 things that take me a couple of minutes each. Or some of the things take me 15 minutes. But that's because I choose to do them, because I want to do them. So put it in the chat. What gets you into your leading lady energy, into your leading lady state? Something that you can do every single morning. Like you brush your teeth. Affirmations that you have said in this call, and put it into a voice memo. I have music over it as a subliminal. Yes, I love that. I love that. Yeah, or just over 3 days. Perfect. Yeah, journaling, says Holly. I know journaling can be so good for so many people. For me personally, I get kind of tired writing things down. So I'm more of a voice journaler, I guess. I will speak things. I will voice note things. That's how I like kind of get my thoughts out rather than writing down. But journaling is great. Affirmations in the mirror, and also singing to my motivational playlist in the shower. Yes, I love that. I love that so much. This should be, whatever these things are, these should be this is your self-care. Self-care doesn't have to be, I've run myself a bubble bath, I'm playing some calming music, and I've got a glass of my favourite drink in my hand and a book. Like, self-care can be going for a run. Self-care can be taking the dog for a walk. Self-care can be sitting and breathing and doing some breath work. It can be a bubble bath. It can be a massage. It can be getting your nails done. It can be doing your makeup every morning. It can be singing in the shower. There's no one way. Deep breathing, voice affirmations out loud or voice note, motivating musical theatre songs related to dream roles, cup of tea whilst watching my related videos. Great. I love these. I love these. So what can you be doing every day to get into your leading lady state? I want you to make sure that you have a note of these so that you can be doing them. You can literally start doing them every single morning from tomorrow morning. You can do them this evening. Start it today. Listening to good music that inspires me, telling myself I am good enough, doing a warm-up. Yeah. Getting your body ready for the day. I said this before on a call a little while ago actually, that I used to have this whole like dance routine I did every morning. That was like my embodiment practice. It was probably about 4 to 6 counts of 8, but I did it every single morning. And now I have a stance, I have a single movement that gets me into that state. But do what it looks like for you. So number 1 is doing this. Getting into your leading lady energy, getting into your leading lady state, embodying a leading lady. because everything in the day will A, roll much easier, B, you set yourself up for success throughout the day, and C, you set yourself up to handle challenges way easier if they come up. Because life's going to be lifing. Things happen. Shit happens. And if you're in a fragile state, things are a lot harder to deal with. Things knock you off your mountain. They knock the queen or the king from their castle. And you want to be solidly there. You want to be solid in what you're doing. Step number 2, so this is the mindset side of things. Again, this should literally take you a minute to 5 minutes. This should not be a long process unless you want it to be. I have learnt over the years that the easier you make something, the more likely you're going to do it. If your toothbrush wasn't out on the side or by the mirror or by the sink, would you go brush your teeth every morning? Well, it's ingrained in you. It's been taught, hasn't it? You've been taught to do that. But if you wake up upstairs and you want to brush your teeth, the first thing you do in the morning is brush your teeth. You would not put your toothbrush downstairs in the kitchen to then come up to the bathroom to brush your teeth. You would make it easy for yourself. Same as if you want to drink a glass of water the moment you wake up in the morning, you wouldn't leave your glass of water, leave your water in the cupboard, or your glass in the cupboard, sorry, and then have to go downstairs, get the glass out, fill up the tap. Like, if it's a habit you want to get in place, you literally could leave a glass of water beside your bed to have the next morning. And then the first thing you do when you wake up is going to be drinking that water because it's right there in front of you. How many people, and you'll have to put guilty in the chat if this is you, wake up in the morning and pick up their phone before they do anything else because it's right next to you? Guilty. 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 Okay. Yeah. Do you want to be picking up your phone first thing in the morning, checking social media or checking your messages, giving your energy away to other people before you've even set yourself up for success for the day? No. So change it. Even if it means you putting your phone, instead of on the nightstand right next to your head, it's on the floor the other side of the nightstand. So if you've got an alarm, yes, it's a nuisance because you kind of have to drag it back round to turn it off, but then you throw it back round that corner again. Or you just get an old-fashioned alarm clock and leave your phone outside the room. Can you imagine that? Make it easy for yourself to set yourself up for success every single morning. Make it easy for yourself. Make it a no-brainer to get into your leading lady state. Do not make it effortful. There's a reason why, you know, the average person will choose fast food over making their own meal at home. Why they'll grab a sandwich from the supermarket or you know, grab something to go, like a burger from McDonald's or something, even though they probably wouldn't choose that. It's just they're like, oh well, I'm short on time and I need to shove something in my mouth. Like, but if you had prepared and you had in your bag a good, you know, salad or healthy meal, something that's actually going to keep you fuller for longer, keep you in a great mood, make you feel great, you wouldn't choose to go and buy that burger. Going off on a tangent. Like, realistically, you have to set yourself up for success to achieve success, which is why this formula is so important. So, number 2 is feel your vision, your dream, and see yourself in it. Then move in it. So, let me explain what that looks like. You have a very clear vision, a very clear dream for your life, right? Put a yes in the chat if you're like, yeah, I know what I want from my life. I know what I want my life to look like. Yes. I want you every single morning, once you've got into your leading lady energy, your leading lady state, to spend a minute, 2 minutes feeling and seeing yourself in that dream, in that vision. See it happening, feel it happening, and move in your body so that you're like, this is what it feels like to be this version of me. This is what it feels like to be in that life. You can do this on repeat throughout the day as well, like walking down the street. This is something I did in New York City a lot, which is why one of my followers on Instagram recognized me on the street. It was intentional. I had control of that situation. That wasn't just life happening around me. I made that happen because of the way I was walking around, because of the mindset, the energy I had. You control what's happening to you. You bring things into you or you repel things away from you. Most people will never achieve their dreams because they don't really see themselves in it. Most people will go, oh, well, it would be really nice to do this, but, realistically, it's never going to... Realistically is the most ridiculous word I've ever heard. I hate that word. Who decided what's realistic and what's not? Oh, wait, that's the rule book of society again, isn't it? That's the limits muggles put on everything. The people that can't hold a squat for the full time. The people that never truly feel what it feels to win in life, to get what they want. That would rather be comfortable and a bit unhappy than get uncomfortable to have everything you've ever wanted in your life. So, number 2 is feel that vision, see yourself in your dream life, and move as that person. This can literally be you sat on the end of your bed. You can look in the mirror and see it around yourself. You can close your eyes. You can literally just picture what is happening. In fact, I'm going to talk you through something now, and then you can literally reuse this. I want you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable or happy to. If you're in a public place and you've got people around you or anything like that, then just kind of like nod your head down, drop your head down. But if you can close your eyes for a moment, close them. I want you to see yourself. I want you to see you stood right in the middle of a white space. There's nothing around you right now. It's just you in this white space. You're going to see things come into life. You notice that the white, the nothingness, is turning into the space, the area, the place, the vision, the dream that you have for your life. Around you, you can see the things that you want to have. You are in the place that you most want to be. Notice the colours, the textures, the items that you see around you. Notice whether there's people or whether there aren't any people, maybe. Maybe there's animals. Maybe there's people you know. Maybe there's strangers. Maybe you can see their face, or maybe you can't quite make out their face. Maybe they're really close to you. Maybe they're far away from you. And I want you to hear the sounds of what's going on around you. What can you hear? What noises are happening around you? Is there something you can hear in the distance? Is it something really close? Is it quiet? Is it soft and light? Is it really loud, very intense? Is it bright for your vision? Is it bright on your eyes? Is it dark? Are things moving really fast or are things moving really slow? And what are the smells? Are there any specific smells that you can smell right now? Like the smell of something specific, the aroma of something in the distance, or is it really close? That familiar smell of that dream life, that vision you have for yourself as a person, as a leading lady, as a leading man, as the one, someone that is seen, someone that is visible, someone that has impact. And how does it feel in your body? Just like feel that in your body. How are you stood or sat or laying down? You know, are you looking out? Are you looking close to you? And just keeping your eyes shut, start to move in that a little bit. Get that feeling of like, this is in my body, like this is real, this is happening. Roll your shoulders, move your head around a little bit while you're keeping your eyes closed. Like feel this, sit up a little bit straighter. Maybe you feel like actually you need to bend over and stretch your back out a bit. Now take a really deep breath in, breathing in through your nose. In, and then hold it for a moment when you're full and let it go out. One more time, breathing in. Breathe in that life, breathe in that vision, breathe in the smells, the sounds, every single thing. Hold it when you're at that top of the breath, and then let it all flow out of you, relax into you. It is happening, it is around you, it is here, it is done. And open your eyes. Yeah. If you can see it, if you can feel it, if you can hear it, if you can smell it, if you can picture it, you can do it. Good, I'm glad you loved it. That you can do every day, and that's so underrated. It's so, 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 so powerful. So powerful. There was a time, it was probably around 2 years ago now, I think this happened. And I think it was back in 2022, like either the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. I had a very, very clear vision of future me. And you'll have to let me know if you've ever heard me tell this story. I don't feel like it's something I tell very often, but I might have told it once or twice before. And it was so vivid. And even now, like, it lights me up because I can feel it, I can see it. It's so real. And I basically dreamed that I met myself. I don't know if I was 2 years ahead, 5 years ahead, but it was a version of me in the future. And it was me at the time. I was walking into this room and it had these really soft cream carpets. The walls were very like minimal, neutral, kind of like off-white colour. There was windows around like a lot of the like floor to ceiling windows around a lot of the walls, and there was a dining table in the middle, and sat on the chair was a person that I didn't know who they were. I was walking towards them. They were kind of facing slightly the other way, And then as they turned, I realised it was me. It was future me sat at this dining table. And she smiled at me. This is so weird. I'm getting chills talking about this. I'm gonna try and not get emotional because every time I think about it, it makes me emotional. She turned and she looked at me and she went, "I'm so glad you're here." And I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Like the version of me from 2022, 2023. I stopped and I just kind of looked at her and I was like, "What is happening? Where am I?" And she stood up and she walked towards me and she took both of my hands in hers and she said to me, "Gemma, you can do anything you want to do, and you will." She said, "I am you, and I've done it, so I know that you can do it." And I remember literally feeling like, like, it was so powerful. I didn't know what was going on, but the version of me that was stood holding my hands, she looked amazing. Like, she looked healthy. She was slightly slimmer than I was at the time. Like, she looked like she really looked after herself. Her hair was dark like mine is now. It was literally centre parted. It was kind of a little bit curly, just sort of naturally flowing. She looked like she was glowing. And she had this cream two-piece suit on, like kind of a creamy beige, rather relaxed fit, like two-piece suit on, and was wearing heels and this little like blousey top thing underneath, like a strappy blouse top underneath. And I woke up after that and literally started crying because I was like, what just happened? And when I told my mentor that day, I was like, oh my god, I had this vision of me. And I told her about it and she was like, "Gemma, I'm literally crying. Like, that's absolutely insane." She said, "But I know that that's so real. Like, and that's a sign that it's going to happen for you." The more you can connect to, you know, the parts of your brain that most people don't use, the more you can connect to your vision. And I know this is landing because you've gone really quiet. There's like nothing in the chat. I know this is really powerful because it's gone silent. The more you can connect to your vision, the more you're going to make it a reality. I know that version of me is very close now. I am already many parts of her. I even saw the suit a few weeks after that vision in a high street shop down Oxford Street, and I couldn't breathe. And I bought it because I was like, I am her now. Because you decide. You decide. I didn't want to wait. I was like, I am becoming her now. And every day I've become more and more her. And it's becoming clearer to me where that location was and what was outside of the windows this summer. Like, things are happening, things are changing in my life. I also see and feel now how close I am to that version of me, which is wild. And that life that version of me was living. It's crazy. So that's it. Step 1 is get into your leading lady energy, your leading lady state. Step 2 is to feel the dream, see the vision, and move into it. Make sure you move your body and don't become completely hard in it. Like, literally feel it taking over your entire body. How was that version of you standing, sat, laying down? What was happening all around them? That's so powerful. And like I said, you can do that in 60 seconds every single morning, and it'll change everything you do. Third step. So this is the performance side of things. Get visible and impact. You want to be seen, you want to be noticed, you want to be the one, the celebrity, famous in your industry, you want to be the leading lady, the leading man. You have to be visible. What are you doing today to be visible? What are you doing today to have an impact? That is an action, a physical action. You can't think, oh, I'm going to have this impact. You can't think, oh, I'm going to get visible. You have to go and do the action. So that is your third step. It's a very practical part. Get visible and impact people. Whatever that looks like for you. So put it in the chat. What can you do daily? And it could be different things. Again, you can have a menu, a selection of options to get visible and have impact. But it could be things like walking down the street and saying hello to somebody. It can be you emailing somebody that you've wanted to work with. It can be posting on social media. It can be sharing a reel, a video, a TikTok. It could be setting up a TikTok, creating a TikTok account, an Instagram account. What can you do to get visible and have a bigger impact right now in this moment? And do those things. You have the thought, you go do it. Socials, strutting down the street, standing out, not fitting in, because fuck fitting in, yes. And you can literally do that. Part of the New York City retreat was to stand out. We walked from our leading lady dinner where you had to glam up. It was compulsory to dress up and be the leading lady that you want to be. We talked about what you can be doing more of to stand out, to step into your leading lady energy and status every single day. And then we walked from that restaurant to Times Square, and people literally were turning heads. Like, we walked past and people were looking round. And I said to the girls, to the leading ladies around me, I was like, you got to get used to this and get comfortable with this, because this will happen a lot. When you switch it on and you learn how to just switch it on, people will be like, you know, when you walk down the street or like you're in a public place and someone just stands out to you, there's like something about them. Or you're watching something on stage and there's a particular person that you can't take your eyes off. Or out of the entire day of, you know, performers, speakers, whatever it is on that stage, that one person is the one that stays in your mind. It's because they got unafraid to be visible. So get visible and impact. That is step 3. And these can be tiny things. These can be huge things. Yeah. I wore heels for the whole day because I felt like an absolute bad bitch. Literally that. What you wear affects the status you show up in. There is a reason why I do my makeup every morning, why I curl my hair, why I put on and I wear every single day my leading lady necklace. Because as soon as I put this on, this is my identity. And it's not that I'm not a leading lady when I don't wear this. Of course I still am. But this is my reminder of who the F I am. Like, I had it on yesterday when I did that workout class, and normally I would take my necklace off. There's no way I'd be working out with my necklace on. And in all honesty, I forgot. But let me tell you, when I was on my, like, literally in tabletop position, I had my arms in front of me on the floor, my knees down, and my butt was absolutely burning from doing some donkey kicks, and that swung right near my face. I was wearing my gold one, which is a little bit longer. I was like, oh yeah, let's remember who the fuck we are. We can do anything. What you wear affects how you feel. And you'll know that, right? Is there an outfit that you wear that makes you feel like, yeah, you should be looking at me. Yeah, I can take over the damn world. What is that outfit? Put it into the chat. Or maybe it's not an outfit you have yet. Maybe it's an outfit you've seen or you want to have. That you're like, do you know what? When I put this bright blue jumper on, this is how I feel. This is when I feel like the badass me. When I put that black dress on, that black gown on that I was wearing for my photo shoot recently, the pictures where I'm in the spotlight, as soon as I put that dress on, I tried that dress on in this house. I walked downstairs and I said to Dan, this is it. He was like, whoa, that's a lot. I was like, yeah. I think this is it. I was like, this stands out. He was like, yep. I sent a picture of it to the photographer and she literally responded, 0 notes. Oh my God, that dress is amazing. So what, like for me, when I saw that future version of me in the like cream beige 2-piece suit, is there an outfit you put on? Is there a dress you put on? Is there a jacket, a item of clothing, jewelry, etc. that you put on that you're like, I feel like a boss when I put this on? Oh, I love that. I got told I had an air of royalty a few weeks ago and I've been trying to channel that more. That makes so much sense, especially when you said yesterday about if you could be anyone, who would you be? And you were like, the Queen. You do have that. You do have like a royal energy around you. 100%. I want that necklace right now. I love it. I started making bracelets with motivational words on them so I can remind myself during the day. I love that. That's using your creativity and your uniqueness to be 100% who you are, which is what makes you successful. That's what makes you famous. That's what makes you seen. That's what gets you noticed. That's what makes you stand out. One that I envisioned, a black jacket with black flare jeans and heels. Love that. Both this jumper and the green one, but I do feel like getting a sparkly glam suit. Ooh. I see you in like velour as well, like some sort of like bright green velour or like something super like head turning. Blazer that's half sparkly, half formal. Amazing, yeah. There's a black flare jumpsuit that I've seen all over TikTok shop and it would look fire on me. Yes, I love that. So think about what you're wearing. And it's even down to like, for some people, this might be, do you know what? It's not me in a sparkly gown or a suit. It's me wearing gym wear. Like I put a pair of leggings on and a crop top or a long sleeve like workout top. I tie my hair up and I am a absolute badass. It might be it's like jogging bottoms, pajamas, where you feel the most you and like you can take over the world. You don't have to dress up. For some people, it will be getting glam. For some people, it will be fashion related. For some people, it will be putting on makeup every morning, doing their hair, wearing the red lip, putting the fake eyelashes on, having certain jewelry. But that's not the case for everyone. It's what it looks like for you. Because remember, that's what all of this is about. Finding you as a leading lady, as a leading man. This is your leading lady, leading man formula. Not mine, not anyone else's. So that's number 3, get visible and impact. And if it helps you be seen by wearing what you feel incredible in, by doing the things that make you feel incredible, by saying hello to people, by complimenting a random stranger. Like, how nice is it? And, if you've experienced this, you'll have to put yes in the chat. When you've like been for a night out or something, and this is something that happens in like the ladies' room all the time. You're in the ladies' room and other girls come out of the toilets and they're like, oh my God, I love your dress. Or, oh, you look stunning. Like, everyone's like been drinking and just a bit too overly friendly than what they would normally be. Oh my God, where'd you get a dress from? I love that skirt. Or, oh my God, your butt looks amazing in those jeans. Like that, be more that. That's having an impact. It's about expanding your visibility and your impact. That is step number 3. And then step 4, the final one, the community, is surround yourself with leading ladies. That looks like surrounding yourself with people that fire you up, that you plug into and they recharge you. They fire up the soul inside of you, the fire inside of your soul. That means unplugging from the victims, from the vacuums, from the drains, or minimizing your time around them. And don't get me wrong, and this is really interesting that we just mentioned like being a queen and being royal, because a queen doesn't always stay inside of her tower, reigning her kingdom, leading her people. She sometimes goes into the people, right? Kind of like my muggle experience of the exercise class yesterday. I was like, yes, I am the queen of my life. And here's some muggle people, just to get to know how everything is going in the world and remember that you aren't normal. I'm not saying you're better or worse than anybody else. I'm not saying that I'm better or worse than anyone else in that workout circle at that time. But I am saying I have higher standards for myself. I have a higher level of commitment to myself. I don't believe in the same limits that others have in place, the rules that they play by. That doesn't mean that I'm better than anyone else. It means that I want more for myself and will get more for myself. I will achieve more than the majority of people will ever achieve in their life in the next year, in the next month. Because I decided, because it's my life. And you get to do the same thing. Who you surround yourself with, I have said it before, I will say it 1,000 million times again, is so powerful. It will make or break you. Which I'm sure you know. I'm sure you've probably had experiences, or maybe you're going through something right now and you're thinking of somebody in particular right now that you're like, they have got to go. What am I doing spending time with them? Whether it's circles, whether it's friends, whether it's family members, you need to keep at arm's length. Nobody else's opinion is more important than your own. Surround yourself with people that fire you up. Surround yourself with people that when you are having a hard time, they raise you, they lift you up, and that you can do the same to them. Because it's not always, sunflowers and sunshine, is it? Like I said before, life is going to be lifing. Shit happens. But if you are in a really solid, strong, position, because you hold high standards for yourself, because you're committed to yourself, these challenges, you will overcome them much faster. They will not knock you down. They will not knock you down like they would if you weren't in the right frame of mind. Which is why these things matter and why I've put them in this order as well. This is all very intentional. So step 4 is surround yourself with leading ladies. Surround yourself with winners, with people that are going big, that are bold, that are unafraid to stand out, that want to have a big impact, whatever that looks like. It doesn't mean that you have to surround yourself with people that are exactly the same as you or identify the exact same way as you. But it does mean that you share similar character traits. And you'll notice that inside of my programs, people might be doing different things. People might be at different, in different industries, at different parts of their career, at different ages, different parts of their life. However, the character traits are very similar. Very similar. So let's just recap on the leading lady formula. So number 1 is your embodiment. It's get into your leading lady energy, leading lady state. You now know what this is for you. You've written some things down. Number 2 is mindset related. It is feel your vision, see your vision, be in that dream and move your body in that dream. Number 3 is get visible and have impact, which you know now exactly how to do that. That is the performance side of things. That is you being seen, being noticed, standing out, and changing people's lives, which is ultimately why we're here. And number 4 is surround yourself with leading ladies. Surround yourself with winners, with people that are going where you're going, to big things, that are doing things that most people don't understand, that are not average, that are not focusing on negatives, that are not victims, but people that are fully committed to themselves, committed to their dreams, know that they are going to get where they want to go, no matter what happens. And do this daily. You can do this every single day. I'm just making a note to drop my my leading lady formula list into the Telegram, because I have a brain like a sieve. Okay, there's a lot of information in it, but it does, things filter through very fast at times. All right, how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Any thoughts, any downloads, any bits of that you're like, oofed, I actually really needed to hear that, or that part has really landed? Any thoughts? And then what we're going to do, we're going to move into in a moment, is our Q&A, our hot seat coaching. If you've got, questions, anything that you want to look at, talk about, get coaching around inside of this 3-day level up. Come into the chat. Yeah, hella fired up. Great. Empowered. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right. So let's go into our bonus Q&A, our hot seat coaching. Especially the wearing and performance side of mindset and plug-in. Going to send some of the jackets looking at into the Telegram. Yeah, do that. Use the Telegram space to be like, this is my leading lady, this is my leading man outfit, this is where I feel like, look at me, notice me, this is my standout outfit, this is where I feel the most me. Do that. Use each other. Like, you've been through these 3 days together, so lean in, plug into each other, plug into that community. Okay, so what this is going to look like now is you have the option to either, when I say, unmute yourself and ask a question, or drop your question into the chat. So if you can't unmute yourself, start typing your question into the chat now. If you have any questions around, in particular, your leading lady energy, getting into your leading lady, leading man state. The vision you have, like getting clear on that, seeing that, feeling that, anything around getting visible, like being seen, being noticed, standing out, and having a big impact in what you do, and around who you surround yourself with. So, if you want to unmute, just put the word me into the chat and we'll go in that order. So any questions and you can't unmute, then type your question into the chat. If you want to unmute and ask your questions, get some coaching, have a conversation back and forth, then put the word me into the chat. All right, Will, let's go. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Mine is actually, it shouldn't take too long. It going off of kind of mindset and getting into the leading man state. There's a couple of days where I'm doing this show and I'm coming straight from work, where some of the people at work drain my energy or drains. So it's kind of how do you get going from that and then getting into that leading state?
Yeah. Do you have time? How are you getting from A to B for a start, like from work to show?
Tomorrow is like, we've got a kind of invited audience to the final address, and I finish work at 5:30, and in the time from then till 10 to 7, I've got to eat and get to the theatre and be in makeup and costume.
So how are you getting from work to the theatre? Like, are you driving? Are you public transport?
Okay.
Are you bike? Are you walking?
I'm biking.
Okay, perfect. So in that case, because you can't be closing your eyes, this is why I asked this question.
Yeah.
You can't be closing your eyes. You can't be visualizing anything. In that sense, you need to be concentrating on what you're doing, getting you safely from A to B. That's why I asked this question. I would instead use this time to put something in your ears, listen to something, whether it's you listening to yourself, like speaking to yourself, hyping yourself up, whether it's listening to specific songs, specific music, whether you're singing out loud to things, whether you're talking to yourself. I would use your speech and your listening, because they're the two things that you're not kind of, yeah, you're not needing to use as much. So if you are like, I'm not happy putting things in my ears whilst I'm on the bike, which also is a safety thing, so like that's fine, I would then speak or sing to get yourself to where you need to be, to remember who you are. And this is where you go back to, is it yesterday? Yeah, go back to yesterday's, like, who are you? Who would you be if you could bibbidi bobbidi boo magic yourself there? And what are your celebrity traits? What makes you not a muggle? It's basically removing yourself from that, like, more muggle energy that you've maybe been around, and raising yourself back up to Will's higher vibration.
Yeah.
So what can you do?
Probably speak myself that mantra from yesterday, which was saying how I'm a flamboyant leading man, and feminine, and all that.
Yeah.
Just repeating
You'll
that.
never underestimate how powerful it is to repeat an affirmation when you are doing something physical.
Yeah. So.
Like whilst you are biking along, to be like, I am a flamboyant leading man. Like, that's so powerful. Because saying the affirmation and physically moving through it is really powerful. You'll probably cycle faster.
Yeah. Although my bike does have a speed limiter, but you never know.
Yeah. Well, let us know like how that works for you.
Yeah. What's getting in my head about tomorrow as well? Because I got there's a scene where I jump off of Brighton Pier basically committing trigger warning. I'm alive after, don't worry. But when I got down, for the first time tomorrow, we've done like what 5 just runs now. For the first time tomorrow, I'm actually getting wet, and I.
Well, you just got to
So
remember
that's fun.
that no matter what challenges you face, you can handle every single one. Like ultimately, it's who you are. So if there are things that you're uncomfortable around, you're nervous for, it's that fear of unknown or like doubt or anything, remember, come back to who you are every time. That was a really great question, though. Great question. Going from like muggle, being in a muggle situation to raising back up to leading lady, leading man state. Great. All right. Next is Elizabeth. Go for it. Lizzie, unmute.
Well, it's very similar to Will's, really, but it's what can I do before going into an audition to get into the leading lady state? So, like outside the room while you're waiting.
Perfect. Okay, so there's a couple of things you can do in this circumstance. You either embrace the environment you're in because that works for you, or you remove the environment you're in and you put yourself in your own environment. So that's where you kind of have to make a choice. Putting yourself in your own environment, if you're in an environment that doesn't work for you, you know, and you can use this before you go out on stage, before you, you know, if you're doing something filming related, that's another time when you could use this. And you've got to be in the moment, you've got to be on, you've got to be high, you're being highly visible and having to perform at a high level. You can block out the sound around you, put the sounds that are useful to you, so like the affirmations, music, getting yourself like in the vibe, in the zone. Breathing is another thing, regulating your breathing, whether you need to take some deep breaths in, deep breaths out, you know, audible breaths out, whether you want to slow down your breathing, whether you want to fire it up. Some people want to do more of like a fire breathing moment. It's completely what works for you. Releasing energy in your body, like if you have a lot inside of you. I've said before, there's something that I tried where I like ran down the stairs and back up the stairs and then tried to like perform, and that was a challenge for me because my energy is already high, and it actually just made me more out of control. Whereas for some people, it expels that energy that is sort of extra energy. But I had control of my energy, and then I took it over that level for me, and I was like, oh, all over the place. So yeah, for you, you know, does music, do affirmations, does breathing, do any of physicality, like are any of those things like get you in your zone?
Yeah, I think affirmations do, but yeah, it's just hard. I find it hard when people are talking around you and people want to chat to learn like how to
Yeah.
just up on that.
Yeah, this is where, and I do this on the train actually. If I'm traveling and I'm doing work, I put my earphones in, but I have nothing playing. But they're like muting earphones, so it just mutes out the sounds around me, so that there's no distractions. Even though I don't have anything going on like, there's nothing going into the headphones. It's just so that I'm blocking out the sound. It might be wise maybe trying something like that. I also feel like when you have headphones in, people are less likely to try and have a conversation with you as well, because you have that around you. Even though it's just one little earpiece or two like earpieces, or whether it's headphones that go over your head, that is a space. Yeah, that just gives you that space. So I would consider doing that. And if people are talking to you, that is when you can turn around and say, look, I need to get in my zone. I'm not being rude. I'll talk to you after. And that's it. You don't have to apologize. Definitely don't say sorry for putting yourself first. But just draw the line and be like, right, this is where I appreciate that for you, you want to talk and get your energy out. But for me, I need you to be quiet.
Yeah.
And that's not you being rude. That's you setting a boundary, and they will respect you far more for that.
Yeah, thank you. That was helpful.
Amazing. Yeah, another great question. Yeah. Perfecto. Yeah. Lou's like, love your question. Such a good question. Let's have a look at this one. So, in terms of who to surround yourself with, the people that I'm surrounded with might wonder that I'm too quiet and reserved, and they might ask what I'm up to with my time, as everyone wants to magpie off each other. That's very normal. How should I respond to this? Another good question. The boundaries you have in place are in place to protect you. You don't have to share everything. You can share everything. You can share things with some people. You can share things with no one. You can share things with everyone. It's up to you what you share with people. And I also think you learn this as well by doing. You will learn, I share too much, because then they become sort of leeching on to. I do the same thing because obviously I am on social media a lot. So anyone that I know or that knows me will always, one of the first things they say to me, if I haven't seen this person in a while or they don't really know they're not in my inner circle, they will always say to me, oh, how's everything going? You look so busy. And I'm like, yeah, everything's going great. And that's it. That is all I will say. And then I turn the conversation round onto them. How's everything with you? What's happening? Like, update me. Tell me about your child. Tell me about your holiday. I basically turn the mirror around. Because some people are, like you've said there, it's more of a magpie thing. And some people are just genuinely interested, but you don't want to share it with them. And you don't have to. And it's not something you have to be rude about or need to be rude about. You can literally, quite simply, when they ask what you're up to, you can give them one little piece of the pie. You can give them a crumb. You can give them the whole pie. It's up to you. So you can turn around and you can say, oh, well, I've been doing X, Y, Z and this and that and everything, and list the entire alphabet. If you don't want to do that, you can give them the letter B. Or you can literally not give them anything. Just say, oh yeah, well, I've been up to a few things, but I'm not sharing it with anyone at the moment. And you might get a bit of like oh, well, why aren't you telling me? Or why aren't you sharing it? Or, oh, that sounds really exciting. I can't wait to find out about that. So you might get a good response, you might get a negative response. Again, that's not a reflection of you, that's them, that's how they feel about themselves. People's reactions to you are because of how they see themselves and what they believe about themselves and society. You can turn around and say to them, oh yeah, I've been doing this one thing. This is a similar situation to when I used to perform and audition a lot. Family or family friends that like I couldn't even tell you like anything about, like I didn't even really know them. It's like my aunt's friend or something would be like, oh, you're a singer, aren't you? Are you doing anything at the moment? Or have you been anything that I might know? And I'm like, no. Oh, have you ever thought about going on X Factor? No. Because eventually the conversation, they will be bored and they will turn around. So it's deciding how you want to respond based on how much information you want to give them. Is that helpful, Tallulah? Do you need any more expansion on that answer? You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions at all? Pop them into the chat. Anything you're feeling right now that you're like, I need to celebrate this or I need support with this, put it into the chat or type me and unmute. Oh wow, Will's like, I bought 2 jackets, done. And this is it, like this, that fast action. There we go. Amazing. Well, if there aren't any other questions or thoughts coming up, then absolutely throw them in. Yes, I love this celebration from Holly. Let's all throw a celebration in, something you are celebrating from the last 3 days. Let's go. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. I'm celebrating the door opening and the energy shift. I'm celebrating that too, Holly. I am so excited. From the moment, I mean, Holly, I know you're inside the Legion Lady Collective. I love our work together. From the moment you came into my DMs and you were like, I need to be in the Legion Lady Collective. I've been watching you for ages and I just need to take the leap and fucking get over myself and do it. From the moment you came into my DMs, I was like, oh my gosh, this person. Who is this person? Who is Holly Ann Clark? Like, and I'm completely, yeah, I'm completely obsessed with everything that's happening right now. And this is literally just the start, like the door opening, the energy shift, like that is step 1 of like the blow up of Holly Ann Clark. I can't wait. Celebrating the iconic new Tallulah Buxton 3.0 mindset. Yes, this is going to set you up for so much success. Like, you will be unstoppable. Like, Tallulah, I know you are the youngest one here right now. I don't know if there's anyone the same age as you or younger watching on the replay, but you start at this level now, you're going to blow out of the water. Absolutely blow out of the water. Any other celebrations? Drop any other celebrations in. We're celebrating Will for, purchasing finding 2 very Will Ema jackets, which will impact how you, it will impact the impact you have and your visibility, like get you seen, get you noticed and known as the flamboyant leading man, which ultimately, like, that is who you are. People need to know. People need to see. You can't see someone who's invisible, so it's time to stand out. There's nothing more boring than blending in. There really isn't. As someone that spent many years blending in, there honestly is nothing more boring. And it's exciting to be the one that people look to, that people look at, that people then decide to go and do what they want to do with their lives because they saw you, because they met you, because they know you. Okay, let's go into our surprise. I'm really excited for this surprise too, because this has been in planning for about a month now, and this is actually very fitting for the vibe of today, which I will remind you is you will only go as high as the limits you set for yourself. I am about to share with you, it is not open yet. You cannot join this yet. However, I want to tell you about it. I want to get excited about it with you. But yeah, I want to share it with you, basically. Let me come into the chat and see your win first before. What a tease. I'm like, I'm going to tell you something, and then I'm like, oh, let me just... Oh, okay. Celebrating finding myself and my confidence again. Excited to be going after my dreams again and feeling the freedom of being able to do anything. I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so surprise for today. Oh, I didn't do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway first. What on earth? I totally forgot because I got too excited about the Leading Lady formula and sharing it. So let's do the giveaway. This giveaway is worth well over £500, by the way. I told you it got bigger each day. And part of me, before I even scribbled it out and then wrote it down again, because I was like, I can't do that. I shouldn't do that. And then I was like, no, fuck it, I want to do it. And I scribbled it and rewrote it 3 times. This prize is huge. Prize for day 3, the giveaway prize for day 3 is 1 month of private coaching with me. So that includes a 30-minute call and 4 weeks inside of Telegram for all of this work. So you think like this has been good? Imagine if it's just you and me inside of a chat. As I said, it's worth like well over £500. The giveaway winner for today, again, is on this call, which has worked out very well each time. The giveaway winner is, drum roll, Lizzie! Woo! Go, Lizzie! So, Lizzie, what we'll do is we'll literally, after this, drop me a message on Instagram and we can literally start any date between July and the end of August. So you can literally be like, let's start tomorrow, let's start today. Or you can be like, let's start on Monday, let's start in 2 weeks, whatever you want to do. But that is 1 whole month of private coaching, you and me. Woohoo! So exciting. I can't wait. So congratulations.
Yay, thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I'm so excited. Okay, so the surprise. Let's get even, let's continue the excitement. The surprise is I love that you guys are like, congratulations, this is exciting, woohoo. The surprise is a brand new, I know I said this yesterday, yesterday's was a brand new program, but today is a brand new signature program. So Becoming, the program that I told you about yesterday, is a 2-week mini mind. It is a 2-week program to get visible, to become the star of the show. That starts on the 15th of July. That is 2 weeks and that's it. It's only £97. It includes calls and it includes a Telegram chat. This program is about to become our biggest, our signature program, and the thing that the Leading Lady Empire will be known for. So I'm going to tell you the title of it. It is called, so it's a 6-month program, which is the longest program I've actually ever run. And it is called Be Seen, Get Noticed, Be Famous. Which I am literally like, oofed. Love it. I love it too. So this is for someone that is in the spotlight, that is seen. This can be whether you're a performer, a business owner, whatever it is in your life that you look, I have to be on, I am being seen, I am being noticed. And ultimately, you know that you're meant to be seen, you're meant to be noticed, dare I say, famous. Literally. So this is very much like you want to get noticed on the street, you want to be selling out everything you do, whether that's a sellout event, a sellout show, a packed out audience, a sold out program, a sold out retreat. Like literally, like Taylor Swift sells a show, you announce you're doing something and it sells like hotcakes. You know 100% that you're meant for huge things, but right now you're not getting visible. You've always known that you're meant to stand out, but you kind of keep falling into the background. Maybe you've stood in the shadows of other people, of other industry pros, and you're like, I'm done, we're not doing this anymore, but I don't know what to do to stand out, but you're ready to. This is like next level. I want to impact thousands. I want to influence thousands. I want to be seen by thousands of people, feel safe, feel secure, be in the spotlight, make life your red carpet, have your name in lights with the other celebrities in your industry. So all those names that you mentioned yesterday, your name will be alongside those. When I literally, Liz is like, where do I sign up? when I ask that question, in a year's time, 2 years' time, 5 years' time, your name will be in that list. That excites me just saying that. You're making great money, you are doing what you love, and ultimately you're having the time of your life. You're exactly where you want to be in your life, doing exactly what you want to be doing in your life. Yeah, let's fucking go. Well, we'll put the stars. I said the word. This is going to change the game completely. Completely. I will not be properly announcing this until the middle of July. However, I wanted to drop this in as a surprise to get you excited, to say, you know, if you're like, oh my goodness, I think this is for me, I will be dropping more information to you guys only, anyone that signed up to the 3-day Leading Lady Level Up, and potentially doing a little cheeky like private exclusive pre-sale as well, where you get some extras, some bonuses, some juicy little drops before it officially starts, because we don't start until August. It doesn't open, the doors don't officially open and start until August. But yeah, very exciting. I can't wait. I'm coming into the chat. Yeah, amazing. Queens, let's go. Yes. Okay, amazing. How are we feeling after these 3 days? How are we feeling? If you right now are like, I know I need to continue doing something. I know I've built, I love that feeling like I have a strong foundation. If you know you want to carry on, you want to go into something else from this point, your best next step is becoming. Becoming literally starts in 10 days, 12 days, 15th. And what I will do is I will drop the link into the chat so that you've got it in case you want to save it, in case you want to, you know, ask questions, think about it, you want to have it, you want to join. I'm going to put it into the chat. What has been huge for you over the last few days? I'm going to share one more thing as well with you to make sure you get the most out of this 3-day level up. Let me just get the link. There we go. I will also send you it because you know you want to be in it, then you can join. If you're inside the Leading Lady Collective, you get this included. If you're not, that is the link to Becoming, which is our 2-week mini mind starting on the 15th. Ready to keep the fire alight, elated, inspired, excited for the future, like I'm finally being seen. Yeah. And it has to come from you. I say this all the time, like the decision is yours. You get everything you want when you decide you actually are going to get it. That you actually can, that you are worthy, that nothing is going to stop you. That is the start. That is just the start. And it only gets better from this point. So your next steps from now, like I said, you can come into Becoming. You also have the Telegram group chat that is a part of the 3-day Leading Lady Level Up. It is our community group chat, and this is the space that is going to house the Leading Lady empire now. So every single icon that comes into our world, into our community, will be coming into the Leading Lady Level Up community group chat. This is, I mean, you know, you are the first. You are the OGs, you are the first in the community. So make sure that you join the Telegram group. This is where we are going to be now. This is a space that Although you don't get coaching from me, it is very much my community space. My energy will be in there. It is led, it is driven by you. But like I said, point 4 of the Leading Lady formula, step 4, is surround yourself with leading ladies. That is where you can plug in and fuel yourself. That is your space. The other thing that I wanted to say was I'm actually going to do 2 more days. So it's actually going to be a 5-day level up. We're bonusing 2 more days, and they are going to be inside the Telegram. So you don't have to block any more time out of your calendar. I am literally going to be dropping an audio training tomorrow and another audio training on Friday inside of the Telegram group. So make sure you are in there and keep your eyes out for that. Amazing. Yep, I'll enter the Telegram ASAP. No, it's a free app. Literally, you'll just have to download Telegram like you downloaded WhatsApp, but it's exactly the same space. A very similar setup. It's a private one, so like nobody sees your phone number or gets your contact details or anything like that unless you privately message it to them. So it's a much more private space. It gives you that privacy, like personal privacy, but you're seen. It's the perfect space for the Leading Lady community and where we're going. Yeah, I feel like I've reconnected with the life, dream, and person I've always envisioned growing up. Yes, yeah, I love that. I love that so much. Biggest thing is being able to redirect beliefs and digging more into what the roadblocks were, being able to be more present, me, authentically. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Oh, I'm so grateful for this. I know we've gone on for longer than 90 minutes, but I'm so grateful that you could be here, live, or if you're watching the replay, you will get lifetime access. Oh no, that's a lie. You will get access to these 3 trainings until the end of July. And then it's going to be going, well, I haven't decided yet, to be totally honest with you. I haven't decided what we're doing with it yet, but you will have these to watch and go back to for the next month, so till the 31st of July. So use them, go back to them. You know, I always revisit trainings multiple times because I find different things come out, and you know, I'm sure some of you work with me a lot or have worked with me a lot and know that there's certain stories I've told, or maybe lessons I've taught on, things I've spoken about that you maybe have heard more than once, but you take something different away from it. Maybe it's how I tell the story, how I reacted, how I say something, if it's not the what of the actual thing that I'm talking about. So yeah, I definitely recommend going back. And also, you know, you might be a different version of you in 2 weeks' time, and when you come back to it in 2 weeks, you feel something different. You take yourself to a whole other level. Officially closing out. This has been amazing. This has been so much fun. I'm going to drop my Leading Lady formula checklist off into the Telegram group as well this afternoon, so keep your eye out for that. And we will have an audio drop tomorrow and the next day, so Thursday and Friday this week, 4th and 5th of July, as well. So bonus couple of trainings for you. But this has been so much fun. I've absolutely loved it. If you want to join Becoming, you can literally just send me the word Becoming if you want to be inside of that. If you're like, I think the Leading Lady Collective is my space, then send me a message to talk about that. If you have your eye on the 6-month program, then keep your eyes on my Instagram stories, because that's where that's going to be landing. Amazing. Great. Thank you. Becoming included in LLC, right? Yes, Becoming is included in the Leading Lady Collective. Yeah. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Best way to spend my summer. You're welcome. Thank you. You're wonderful. Oh, I think you are wonderful as well. I love this work so much. All right, go and have a wonderful afternoon. I've loved these 3 days. Go back, binge watch them, get everything you can out of it. join the Telegram group chat, join Becoming, get inside the Lead and Lady Collective, join the 6-month program, continue to get visible, have a huge impact, take over the entire world, be amazing, be the superstar that you are, and I will see you soon. Bye.